on what is it, Sweetwater.com.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a looper in my cart, but I just I can't pull the trigger,
Is it expensive?
Yeah. That's another reason I can't pull the trigger.
See, I've been hesitant because it just feels like learning a whole new instrument. And I don't know where I would carve out that time.
For sure. Yep. Yeah. And I have a single loop pedal that just allows me to do like one thing at a time. And just getting the execution on that is like, that's a whole practice session in itself.
And then in my mind, the songs I would write would have to be just or I'd have to really get some intricate looping. I don't know. It's just all over my head.
It's just such a different texture. It's like a playground of texture. It's kind of cool.
Yes. So we've got 9 people watching us get to know each other right now.
Well, hello, the notorious 9.
I know. I am so excited to be here with Kipyn Martin. We met about 45 minutes ago, and I'm already a really big fan.
Likewise.
Like, personally and musically. And so, I'm going to throw up a banner here. I'm going to start with kipynmartin.com because...
I'm glad you said banner. I was confused. I'm going to throw up
a banner.
Well, that's not a really great start for a live stream, but we can probably do it. How many martinis have you had,
2 sips. Chris is here. Hi, Chris and Jenny Porter.
Hey, Jenny!
Thanks for being here. Oh, gosh, I'm so excited. So this is my virtual world tour. I've been on tour on the internet since September 14th. And I was telling Kipyn the cool thing about doing this is that I have liked every single person that has joined me on this Monday night thing, and obviously tonight is no exception.
Cheers.
So
literally, I have my beverage here as well.
Oh, what do you have?
Oh, it's some weird, I had bourbon and cranberry juice upstairs, so I made that when I put a little bit of grenadine in it, so it tastes like cherry, cranberry, and bourbon. It's actually really good.
That's intriguing.
It's called something, like a bourbon sunset or something frou-frou, frilly.
Yes.
But that's,
I have a Fishin' for Blues, which is pineapple juice.
Oh, you do you?
And blue something or other and another alcohol.
Well, that's adorable. You should put a little fish in it, like a little Swedish fish.
The restaurant where we learned about this martini does that. And it is delightful.
That's adorable. And then you get to have like a boozy fish at the end.
Yes, so good. So, and Michelle Gilmore, Levangie Gilmore is here. And said, which one? She says it sounds like an adult Shirley cocktail. I'm assuming you're referring to Kipyn's beverage, not mine. Yes, Denise. Blue.
Yeah, isn't it pretty?
Oh, it's so pretty.
Maybe
yours looks like it would like a Swedish fish in it.
Yeah, it probably is the breeding ground for Swedish fish, actually.
Denise is here and says blue curacao. Am I saying that correctly? The blue liqueur, blue curacao. It's got the Sedil under the sea, I think. And my husband's here watching too. Hello, Scott. So, hey, I say we jump right in. I want to hear a tune.
Let's do it. All right. I'm so excited y'all are here. And we'll see how many other folks join us tonight as well. I'm excited. Cool. Thanks, Grace. Keep your lantern lit. Won't you hold it high? Did I miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit. Darling, won't you hold it high? For so long she had her bags packed and always ready to go. For someone who left her waiting at the station long ago. She said, keep your lantern lit, won't you hold it high? Did I miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit, darling, won't you hold it high? A fugitive from himself was he. The last time here they met, rushed right past her to the ticket line, and on his way he went. He He said, keep your lantern lit, won't you hold it high? Did I miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit, darling, won't you hold it high? Something calls them to the station now, a whistle in the back of their mind. He hopes he'll catch her on her way somewhere, and she hopes he won't leave her behind. They say keep your lantern lit, won't you hold it high? Did we miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit, darling, won't you keep your lantern lit? Baby, won't you keep your lantern lit? Darling, won't you hold it high?
Dude, that was so good.
Thank you so much.
Usually, I can think of what my song's going to be while the artist is playing, but I'm flustered.
I'm flustered, Grace Morrison.
Tell me about that
flattered.
song. Can you tell me about it?
Absolutely. Let's see. I wrote that tune in a park in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, where there is a lovely train crossing. And I had a particular person on my mind who had been an old flame, like 10 years prior flame. And I was into writing sort of a, could we potentially be something in the future? Should I hold on hope? Should I, just keep my lantern lit? Okay, all right, we're right by some railroad tracks. So I wrote the tune and I changed the pronouns because I was like, all of my songs are going to be about women. And so I'm just going to I'm going to not just use all female pronouns in my songs. I'm actually going to I'm going to change the pronouns in this song. And then maybe the other person that this song is about, won't 100% know it's about them, So that's the story of Keep Your Lantern Lit.
So good. Is that available on Spotify?
It absolutely is.
Wonderful. So just throwing this out for people who are first-time viewers tonight. I do this every Monday, and there is a Spotify playlist where I put songs from all the artists that have joined me. And so I'm hoping that the more people we have following that, it will help all of us to build our Spotify presences so that we can earn full pennies instead of fraction of pennies, because a full penny would be more satisfying.
Absolutely.
So
actual Abe Lincoln full face.
Yes.
Not just a portion of his neck.
So I guess sometimes I try to pick my song to complement that one, but that was just so good. I'm going to talk for a while people forget how great that was. I'm going to do a song about drinking since we have our drinks.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I was going to, I don't have a looper. We were talking about looper pedals earlier. I don't have one of those. I have a foot tambourine.
Nice.
But I also have kids, so I don't know where it is. So I'm going to do this minus the foot tambourine.
I'm gonna envision where the foot tambourine goes.
Kevin just pointed out that I had a typo in the link on the top. I forgot the R. I wonder if I can I'll try to fix that during your next tune. I can't have...
Oh, got you.
We even did a dummy check on me earlier to make sure my spelling wasn't wrong.
What was it? Is it my website?
I think so. He said it's the R that's missing. There's an R in Martin.
Oh, it's right there on my screen. I don't know. Cool.
I'll assess that later. Okay.
Cool.
Song about drinking.
Yeah.
So this is not necessarily a happy song about drinking. It's just because I loved someone who also loved drinking. So this is called Put the Bottle Down. The devil's got me, is all you can say when you've been at it again. Some small your breath. God, the wine must flow. I come home dirty from the lengths that you'll go to make sure Mama don't know. But then you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, standing up and on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, put the bottle down low, didn't cover it up and let everybody know. Oh, put the bottle down low. Who put the storm in the back of your head, running from the thunder, hiding under your bed? Oh, who put the storm in your head, and who put the bottle down? I tuck you in like a baby, take your shoes off, like you say this is the last time. This is the last time. And you let everybody know. Oh, put the bottle down. Oh, who put the storm in the back of your head, running from thunder, hiding under your bed? Oh, who put the storm in your head, and who put the bottle down?
Wow. Yeah.
You ever start a tune and you're like, shoot, my string's out of tune, but do I stop and fix it, or do I forge on?
Oh yeah. That kind of tune, like, I don't know. I feel like if you don't throw a string out of tune, you're not playing it right. You know.
Yeah, it needs to
Like-
be a little dirty.
It needs that heavy backbeat. You know, plus that's like the marriage with the foot tambourine, right? The
Yes.
yeah, totally. I have a little stomp box, but
Ooh,
yeah.
you do?
I do, but it's really just for my guitar posture. Sometimes
Like
you'll kind
do,
of hear me do a little bit of that, but
do you mean like a stool?
it's
You don't mean a
actually
footstool.
it's an old box of wine. It's just a wooden box.
Oh.
In fact, you know who gave it to me? Jenny Porter, and I think Jenny Porter is here. She
Hi,
gave
Jenny
me like
Porter.
she gave me like a box of goodies for playing a festival once, which was so sweet. She gave me all these local Ellicott City, Maryland goodies. So shout out to ECMD, EC Strong.
And
but
now it's
yeah.
an instrument.
Yeah, and now she gave me a box full of goodies, and I drank the beer in it, and I like ate the hot pepper jelly from the local shops down there, and now I use the box sometimes as an instrument, but really just for my guitar posture. So.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to hear it. And Jenny says, yes, thank you.
Well, that's so funny. So folks are tuning in.
Yeah, we got a good audience here. We got Christian. Hey, Christian. And my mom is here. And Michelle, thank you. Liz Trim is here and says EC Strong.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, hashtag EC Strong.
And I just want to throw out to everybody, I know that the tip jar has my name on it, but this is a 50-50 split tonight. Tiny URL just wouldn't let me modify the name. So they said I did it too many times. So we would love donations tonight, but if that's not possible for you, we totally understand. Just follow the Spotify playlist. Okay, that's enough of me chit-chatting. I want to hear a tune. Hi, David.
Yeah.
David Schulman is in Vermont. See, we're everywhere tonight. Look at us go.
I think, I was just gonna say, I did like a live stream a couple of weeks ago where it was bi-coastal and across the pond. Like we had some folks that it was like 6 p.m. in the UK, and it was like, I don't know what the time zones were here in the US, but it was like 10 a.m. in California, and like, I don't know, in the afternoon, like 1 o'clock in Maryland here. It was like Man, this is kind of a cool thing to be able to
Right?
share music across the world like this, assuming everybody's awake,
We got Philadelphia. Mark Price is in Philadelphia. Margaret Mayer is in Oregon.
Hey, Margaret!
And Karina Resnikoff is here from here in Massachusetts. All right,
Cool.
Tell us about your next tune.
Yeah, so it's been a long time since I've done an In the Round because In the Rounds are not quite accessible like you would think they are, but people like you are braving the broadcast magic, and so you are able to put us in the round, and I'm super excited about this because I love the camaraderie and the inspiration that comes back and forth, between songs, and so putting the bottle down, that's a tough thing to help someone with, and just a beautiful song. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank
you. I thought to myself, I have a song that is about wanting to help somebody that you can't, and that's what this song is about. It's called Orchard. Have to do that again because I got a weird string. Look at that. See, I stopped this one, Grace. I stopped this one for an out of tune string. Okay, let's try that again.
Makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Anything can happen live, guys. That's how you know it's live. Oh, that I were an orchard, hungry heart these limbs could teach, with harvest ripe for the taking. If only hungry hands would reach, let every prayer I say my heart an orchard make. May the hands of fate set you down inside to gather all the love you can take. Oh, that I were the ocean shore, where those that long speak from their souls, describe wishes for peace and then commend them to the waves, which to their destinations gently roll. Let every tear I cry the shores of my heart open wide, and may the hands of fate guide you to walk along, and in the sea your hopes confide. May you know peace, peace. May you know peace, peace. Oh, when I'm an old woman and on to rest you've surely gone, it's not your pain that I'll remember, but your smile with brightness like the dawn. Let every prayer I say my heart an orchard make, and may the hands of fate set you down inside to gather all the love you can take, and gather all the love you can take.
absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely
Thanks a lot.
stunning. Pat Morris said that's just what they needed tonight. And
Cheers,
Liz
cheers.
Trim thinks you just keep getting better and better.
Aw, thanks, y'all. Thank you very much. You know, it's as therapeutic for us. I imagine as it is for you. You know, when I'm speaking for Grace, but when we play these songs and kind of, you know, just feel what we're feeling, and you know, it's therapeutic for us. So I'm glad to hear that it's doing that for you too.
Yeah. Whew. So I was thinking about songs that I've written for people that I wanted to help and couldn't. But I'm going to sing one about somebody I want to help that I can, because it's me.
Oh, nice. Oh. Self-help songs by Grace Morrison.
That's the entirety of my catalog. It's self-help. So I entered 2020 with probably, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, a 2 in the self-confidence department. And it extended everywhere, and even to music. Like, I have been afraid for a really long time to play by myself. And 2020 said, that's too bad, because that's all you get to do now. And so it was neat, because I don't know that I would have forced myself to play solo. So that was kind of what I was thinking about when I was writing this. And I was also thinking about the whys, because, you know, that what's that called? Imposter syndrome? Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how I feel all the time. And I was thinking about why that is. And one of the things I kept thinking about is that my grown-ups when I was a kid, I don't think they had a terrible amount of self-confidence. And so despite them building me up, what I saw was really what I gravitated toward. Was that, oh, we are people that don't fit in, and we aren't confident people. And so, you know, I'm trying to, like, rewire that. So that is what this song is about. And I want to give a shout out to Denise, because the only reason this is going to be on my new record is because Denise said it should be. And I'm going to throw this up. So I mentioned earlier that we would really, really love if you can donate to the tip jar. It makes a big difference, because this is the sum total of our career right now. But if you can't do that, liking our Facebook pages and following us on the different platforms really does make a huge difference, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. So this is called The Edge of I Am. I always watched through shuttered doors, wishing that I had a pair of oars. The tide would pull out and carry me, lost in the strength of the sea. I didn't know time would run, but I'm on the edge of I am. I'm on the edge of I can. I'm at the end of my rope, and God, I pray she'll float. My mother walked a crooked mile. One crooked man stole her smile. When I looked up, all I could see, we don't have a right to set ourselves free. She didn't know time would run, but I'm on the edge of I am. I'm on the she'll float. She'll float. My daddy tried to fix her heart, but he didn't have one single part. Standing in silence, it was all he could be. I think he saved his heart for me. He didn't know time would run, but I'm on the edge of I am. I'm on the edge of I can. I'm at the end of my rope, and God, I pray she'll float. She'll float.
What a gorgeous song.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I honestly, that was one of the ones, usually, thank you, Jim. In the real world, when we write songs, we can try them out on audiences. And if you play it for an audience and they're like, then you don't play it again. But we don't have that now. So I had tried that tune out and I wasn't sure about it. But I've kept playing it because of Denise. So thank you, Denise.
Yeah. Wow. Oh. Okay. What a what a gorgeous tune. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Grace.
No, I was going to talk about something else. You go ahead with what you're going to say.
Oh, I was just gonna. I was thinking very carefully about what now? Like how do I play a song after that? Sorry, but if you had something else you wanted to mention, feel free. I'm tuning anyway. So
No, I mention this all the time on this show, but I was in the round with Jonathan Bird, and I was right after Jonathan Bird, who is a fabulous singer-songwriter. He's also a poet, and his choice for right before I had to play was to read his erotic poetry. And when I say that it's erotic poetry, I'm not. It was whew. And while he's doing it, I'm sitting there like, what do I do with my face? Because the audience can see me reacting to this whole thing. What do I do? So I just looked at my feet the whole time. And then, but like, how the heck do you follow erotic poetry? I still don't know.
we need to write erotic songs, obviously.
I guess so. I did. I wrote one.
Nice.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
Anyway,
now you have it in the back pocket in case you follow Jonathan Bird's erotic poetry again.
I am ready. But it's always such a question, and I like to ask my other artists all the time. Do you cater your songs to the one that the artist before you played, or do you just do your own thing? Because Jonathan Bird's advice was just do your own thing.
Yes. I think if I'm in a situation where I know I'm gonna get nervous to the point where I'm probably gonna make a lot of mistakes, I will have a set list in my head and I'll say, okay, I'm gonna play these 3 songs because this is like my A game, and like I know I'm 100%, like I'm note perfect on these songs, and it'll make me feel good to play these songs. In a situation where we have like 90 minutes to hang out with each other and play songs with and for each other, like it's just a different environment, and we have beverages, and it's just I feel like we are hanging out right now, and that we're having fun, and I feel like there's just a really, like, I'm starving, and I think you said earlier that you're kind of like starving for musician interaction or just human interaction. So yes. In this particular situation, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm like I need to make sure I play the right notes. However, it's sort of like, oh, this is so much fun. Let's see what happens. That's kind of where I am for this particular show. So it's kind of both sometimes. Does that make sense?
Totally. And I'm really glad you said that because I was tempted to try some new songs out tonight that I just don't know if they're any good, but why the heck not? And you're cool, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, Grace Morrison said I'm cool.
I would have only brought my
Shut
A game,
up.
but I'm gonna bring you my wobbly game.
Oh my goodness.
Dave Eschbach
Bring
is
on
here.
the
Do you know Dave?
I do. Yes. Thank you so much for being here.
Dave is so cool.
Let's see. Am I in the right tuning? Nope. Oh, see, this is the danger of the beverage, you see.
Man, I started a song one time on this show, like wrong chord, wrong capo, wrong word. And I thought about keeping on going and just writing a new song.
Yeah,
didn't,
just
though.
yeah,
I didn't.
riff off yourself. Yeah. Just steal your own music like Mozart.
That's pretty.
So, they didn't know that time would run.
Yeah.
What a beautiful lyric, and I was thinking that I have a tune that's set over the course of 8 years, so I figured,
Ooh.
I'll let time run through this song. So.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Excuse me. 2002 was the dawn of me and you, body and soul, and millennium were new. A mutual friend to me did recommend you. Your number she gave, there in my heart overthrew. There's no way I could have known when you answered the phone how everything would rearrange with the seasons of our lives about to change. When our love came to be, an adolescent celebration on a bittersweet New Year's Eve. Our friends all drank wine, we all sang Auld Lang Syne, and you and I brought in the new year with our bodies intertwined. When I look back on it now, I marvel at how fortune smiled on us from ear to ear. She watched the fireworks fade and disappear. 2010. I made mistakes and then some. Some things I have broken, some things I just can't mend. But I still see you in dreams, and even now it seems a part of me with you has stayed. And even through the pain, there's nothing I would trade. Nothing I would trade.
I don't know how to follow that.
No.
The guitar part was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely beautiful. Is that one available on the internet?
Absolutely. That song is called 8 Years with the number 8, not the word 8.
Excellent.
And,
And we're going to,
absolutely.
all these songs of Kipyn's are going to be on the Virtual World Tour Spotify playlist tomorrow, so make sure you check back in. Cece Everly is here. Hello. And hi, Steve McCarthy. They're clapping for you.
I had such a
So-
cool conversation with Cece about Joni Mitchell last time I saw her.
Oh,
That was cool.
I got to get Cece on this show.
Heck yeah.
So I was going to do one of my wobbly songs that I don't know if it's any good. But I want to talk about being a mom.
Let's do it.
Just a little.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about momming. And hi, Ken. How are you? So I wrote this next song, and I still remember it now. I don't think that maybe you couldn't be prepared for it, but nobody talks about the fog which envelops your whole being in those first at least 6 months. And in my memory of it, it's just like barely hanging on is the general feeling. Is that accurate for you too?
Yeah. And, so Gabrielle, our first daughter, just celebrated 8 months yesterday. So
you're in it.
So if that fog lifts, it is lifting for us now. Yeah, the sleep deprivation is such a serious thing, and it's already a high stress environment, and then you sort of add sleep deprivation on top of everything, and it's just what a breeding ground for just all kinds of like issues, you know? It's like
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I thank you for being real about that. You know, it's like, oh, parenthood is so amazing. It changes you as a person. It's like, yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it makes you
that's
realize what you can stand.
It's just it's just bullshit. Like, I just remember all these moms being like, oh, it's just a transformative spiritual experience, and let me just have my essential oils. I'm like, that wasn't it for me. Like, it was kind of traumatic.
Agreed. Yeah.
And you just don't hear that part.
I really appreciate you being real and raw about that. I have a friend, Jaylee Turner, who is starting a podcast about real, you know, sort of real motherhood experiences and just parenting struggles in the pandemic, and you know, specifically how it's affecting us as sort of new parents or newish parents. You know, with young ones during the pandemic, and so she's starting this podcast, which is you know, gonna be cool. She may have me on as a guest at some point in the future, so I'm excited to be on that. But I so appreciate that you're being so honest, and you know, postpartum depression is not. I don't know. It almost seems like with an identity shift and with sleep deprivation, there's some kind of depression that's going to happen. Like, the person you once were is gone.
Yeah.
And that as delightful as this little bundle is, there's a loss. And you know, and this I hope, you know, again, it's a balance, and the joy you know, seems to far outweigh the the sorrow, but
It's
there's
all
sorrow.
worth it. It's all worth it.
For sure, without question.
But I think one of the toughest... Now, mind you, I was a new mom, and my son was born in 2019, so I had the added bonus of people being able to come over and help me. I can't imagine having to like navigate food without people coming to help me at that time. But
Grubhub.
I just remember this stupid-ass commercial. It might have been on Facebook, or it might have been a real commercial, but it was like a mom holding her baby, and she's thinking about going to fold the laundry, and the point is, oh, that can wait till later. Now I'm just going to hold you and enjoy you. And it gave me so much guilt. I was like, oh, okay, I need to stop doing anything else and let me get my baby back because I need to enjoy this now. And like all this pressure to enjoy all the moments, you know, when you can barely brush your teeth. So that was what, I don't even know how I wrote a song in the midst of all of that feeling. But that was what.
I can't wait to hear it.
Was
I can't wait to hear it. Seriously, I'm so into it.
All right, I'm gonna try to articulate my lyrics. I'm in the middle of taking some vocal training again and reworking my instrument. And apparently, I flex too many muscles when I sing. So I'm gonna try to do this in a relaxed fashion. This is called "The Sharpest Arrow." Looks up, and I'm weary. It's enough to break me. The eyes that I color, the fingers I'm counting, they think that I smother. Pressure is mounting, hard as the others, they say that it is. No glory, a greater mountain to miss than this. How could I know that I would fall? Victim of the sharpest arrow. Just a stroke of his hand, and I fall through quicksand. I'm a mess, and it's deeper than ever before. Oh, arms that are always begging for more. I've read all the good books and scholarly papers about what makes a good wife, mother, caretaker. I put them all down every time he calls. He carries the sharpest arrow of all. What makes me move? What makes me whole? What makes me grasp for anything to hold? It's this love. He just wants to please me. He don't know it's so easy. I count all the moments till I see his eyes. I can't help it, there is no sufficient disguise. I walked in for every inch of my soul, grasping in moments that I couldn't hold. Everything I give it freely. I hope when he's older that he still sees me. I long for his soft touch again and again. Someday when friend. How could I know that I would fall? Apostle of the sharpest arrow of all.
Apostle of the sharpest arrow of all. Shut up.
That's kind of what
Sorry,
it is.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What a lyric, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And just
Yeah.
singing that song takes me right back to that.
I bet. Yeah.
My son is 2 now, if anyone's wondering. So he's just. I'm still not quite out of the fog, man.
Yeah, I mean, is it terrible? Because I don't know. I just have an 8-month-old.
No,
You know,
he's
they
great.
call it terrible twos. What, is he like on the verge of being a three-nager? Three-nager?
He just turned 2.
Oh, okay. So maybe, yeah.
And I'm in that place of motherhood where I'm pretty sure he's a genius and the smartest 2-year-old out there.
Of course.
I mean, I think, the terrible 2 part is just he's got an opinion, and he would like you to know the opinion, and he's not really interested in yours.
Got it.
Easily distracted by the television, though.
There you go.
And that's my parenting fail.
Yep. Screen time. I think during the pandemic, we should, like, give ourselves some pretty serious grace. Like, like we're indoors all the time. I mean, not all the time, but, we're home all the time.
Yes.
And,
I think, so my sister-in-law is a PhD, and she specializes in young early childhood education. Marking here. And when I first had my son, she said, now remember, no screen time until he's, I don't know what it was, 3. And I avoided it for a little while until I realized I could put it on and like do something, like go to the bathroom. But the guilt about putting him in front of baby Einstein it's real.
Yeah, it's Coco Melon for us.
Oh yes, yes, Cocomelon.
Yeah.
So I just want to give you a PSA. So I'm pretty sure it was Cocomelon had a video of 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed.
That was the one that was on before I came to soundcheck. Yeah.
Okay, so my son's obsessed with it. The entirety of our day is things jumping on things, and like he'll take his toys and bump their heads, So I had to like ban the monkeys on the bed. There's no more monkeys on the bed in our house.
Got it.
It turned violent real quick.
Yeah, you became the doctor in this scenario. You were both mom and the doctor said,
And I'm the
no
bed.
more monkeys. No more anything jumping on anything. There you go.
Yes.
Excellent.
Hey, thank you, Joshua. That's so sweet. Do you know Joshua LeClaire?
I believe so. Maybe we've met. I think so.
I really appreciate that. And I think it was Joshua who pointed out that I definitely did do a typo. In the description on the top of the page, it is Kipyn Martin with an R, not matin like French morning. And that was my bad, and I'm sorry, and I will retroactively fix that.
No, it's good old
Or it'll
Martin.
just keep that one
Got
up.
a nice big R in there.
I'll just keep that one up.
Martin.
What
That's
do you
so cool.
have next for us? I don't know why I'm suddenly British.
I do that all the time with my students. My students
Yes!
are like,
Yes!
they're like, why are you all of a sudden British, Kipyn? I'm like, well, it's an excellent question, isn't it?
So I was telling Kipyn earlier, you teach about 20 private lessons a week, and that was my career for a really long time. And I don't know if it was like a coping mechanism for me, because I would teach from like noon till 9 at night. And so throughout the day, I would just randomly pop into this accent. And I think it was for my own sanity, just to freshen things up, but also to like make sure they're paying attention and get their interest back. It was
Yeah,
like a little...
and you have to listen to your own voice for like 8 hours or 9 hours. And
Yeah, and honestly, I think the accent feels a little bit lighter. It takes a bit of the pressure off. So for me,
yeah,
it's
it's
more
less in the back of the
therapeutic.
throat, like you would be if you were speaking American English.
Yeah, yes. Hi, Dave Schulenberg. All right.
I love it. I love it.
What do you have for us next?
Excellent. So I really love that you have this gorgeous song to commemorate this really tough time in your life, but a beautiful time, all the same. And that's not to say you should feel guilty for, that's just like, what a beautiful transition. It really is just a weird thing. And it's a part of life that parents go through, and it's beautiful and hard and ugly, and it's beautiful and ugly at the same time. How does that work? I don't know. But I remember when we found out that Laurel was pregnant, and I had a couple of friends who were climate activists. So this is actually
Oh no, Kippen's gonna come back in.
I hope that's okay.
Oh, we lost you for a second.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
But you're here. You're here now. You're back again. So you had a
Excellent.
friend who was a climate activist. That was the last thing I heard.
And so you invited a folkie to your show. So I hope you are prepared for a tiny bit of a. It's not really. I mean, it's a political tune, but it's about climate justice.
Do it. I like it.
So when we found out Laurel was pregnant, and it was right about the time where I started to understand and discover the science that has been sort of consistently denied for the last 20 years by certain parts of the fossil fuel industry, and Greta Thunberg was a big spokesperson a couple of years ago. She still is, but her school strike for climate was kind of at its pinnacle, and she had come to the United States, and she was asking Donald Trump, please read this science, because you'll see that we need to make changes. And I thought to myself, Greta Thunberg's like 16, and she's using her voice to do what she needs to do. And I'm like, I have a kid coming into this world, and we may be having a situation where the world we leave my kid is going to be significantly worse than the world that I inherited when I was born. And I started to get a pretty big conscience about that, And so the friends that I had in climate activism, we started writing some music together, and I'm really excited and also really honored to be a part of a band called the Sunshiners. And so the members are Rick Sullivan and Jeff Weisner and myself, and so we wrote a song that is that aims to eliminate any kind of fog around the science. It's like, hey, this is happening, and we can, if we act now, we can do some really cool stuff, and we can leave our kids a good planet. So this is a song called Truth Time. It's going to be on our first album, which is in progress right now. So I'm excited to share this with you. Let's see. Truth time is coming. We know it's close at hand. Our mother, she is pleading. I've had all I can stand. Rivers of oil, blood and tears, darkest evil, deepest fears, ExxonMobil and their friends, this web of lies they defend. But truth time is coming. We know it's close at hand. Our mother, she is pleading. I've had all I can stand. Their own dark warnings they would not heed. They took the money, they chose the greed, and they pumped that oil into the skies. They filled our heads with their lies. But truth time is coming. We know it's close at hand. Our mother, she is pleading, I've had all I can stand. Yes, we feel that climate fear, so circle round, draw us near, come together, and we'll restore our sacred land, our golden shore. Truth, time is coming, we know it's close at hand. Our mother, she is pleading, I've had all I can stand. See the evil come into view, feel the rage wash over you. They say truth is never black and white, but we say a livable planet is a human right. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching on the freedom land. Truth, time is coming, we know it's close at hand. Our mother, she is pleading, I've had all I can stand. Cheers.
The ultimate goal that I always have is, I know I have a good song if someone responds to it with an You didn't get a clap from me, you get an
Right.
And I think that, did I hear the
Oh,
stomp
good. Wait, you got a
box
couple of those tonight too.
when you were
Oh,
getting
you probably
into it? Did I
did.
hear? I think that I did.
Yeah, I think it's inadvertent.
was-
I can't even stop it.
No, that's
Yeah,
a badass
couldn't
tune,
stop
and it reminded
Thanks.
me that earlier. Hi, Susie. Ken says that's a fantastic song too.
Thanks a lot.
Earlier, you sang a song that had peace. Peace was a lyric that was, you like held it out, and I was
Mm-hmm.
harmonizing to it, and I realized that my new dream is to sing harmonies with you on a stage someday, and maybe play piano or accordion with you. That's my new dream.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So
Please,
if
and-
we can
and,
make that occur.
I would be honored to play. So I saw you have a banjo on your wall.
Yeah,
I have
that's,
a-
and it's Luna.
I have a banjo lele.
Oh, mine's
Can
a
I
Luna
play banjo
too.
lele with you?
Yes, all day long. Absolutely. Janice Brill thinks that would be awesome too. So like now we have to do it.
I can't
We're
wait.
committed.
Yeah, Janice will
committed.
talk. Yeah, let's make it happen.
No, that was fabulous. I'm going out on a limb and I think you might be a little bit younger than me, but do you by any chance remember on Nickelodeon The Big Help?
The Big Help. It sounds familiar.
This is mid 90s, and it was it was on Earth Day. They'd do The Big Help and try to get kids to go outside and pick up litter. And I was kind of a
remember.
loner as a kid. I didn't have really any friends. It sounds depressing, but I wasn't depressed. But like that was what I enjoyed doing, was getting a trash bag and just walking in the woods and picking up litter. That was my 10-year-old pastime. So I really loved that song and the message, and I'm really glad that you talked about that.
Cheers.
I
Yeah,
have-
way to go, Big Helper.
I have 3 teenage stepdaughters too, and like I guess I'm gonna lump my husband in with this too. But like I try so hard to get them to recycle things, and like that's
Yeah,
the only
easy
fight
step,
we
yeah.
ever had. Is that they throw the plastic bags away, and I want them to recycle the plastic bags, and I will totally go in the trash and retrieve said bags and wash them. Anyway,
Yeah,
I like recycling.
yeah,
That's,
that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Those,
It is. There's
that
a website.
plastic.
I'm just going to throw out TerraCycle.com. I don't know if you're familiar. They have different brands have recycling on there. So, for example, I like these little lip balms, these EOS lip balms, and EOS has partnered with TerraCycle, and so you just go on there and you can print out a shipping label and just send back your lip balm ball things, and they recycle
That's so
them.
cool.
And there's a variety of different ones, like baby food pouches.
Yeah.
There's one for those. So highly recommend if anyone wants to find out. I know it's hard sometimes to figure out how do you recycle these things.
Absolutely. I was wondering about that when you said that. I was like, how do you recycle an EOS?
Yeah, TerraCycle.com. There's all kinds of different things on there. I was going to do a serious song, but yours was just so great, and I don't know that mine is great. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do one of my wobbly new songs.
Cool.
That may or may not be good, and I'm doing it now so I have another song to redeem myself after.
I'm so excited, and I'm so impressed. I'm so proud of you.
I'm kind of terrified.
No courage without fear. You are making it happen.
Thank you. So I'm in a songwriting group, which I talk about on here all the time. And if you don't write the song to the prompt, you're kicked out, and I don't want to be kicked out. So the prompt was turbulence. And my husband, we love to travel together, and incidentally, 2020, we were going to be on tour for the whole year together, but he hates to fly. He gets really anxious and miserable and not helpful, and he just shuts down. And he told me that he hadn't always been that way. It was a particular incident where he was flying over, I think it was the Rocky Mountains, and there was turbulence, and it just kind of ruined him for flying. And in addition to that particular trip, he was flying to go see his now ex-wife. So this is a song where I'm just blaming her for his fear of turbulence.
Excellent.
I'm not really. I just...
Heap it on her. It's fine.
It's fine. It's funny. Like people don't mind talking about exes on here. Okay, so this is... Oh, I'm going to throw this up. I keep forgetting to put my banners up. It would mean the world to me if you would like my Facebook page. This is called Colorado. You might not know where to look at me, but I'm as soft as they come. I wear my heart out on my sleeve and watch me come undone. Woman, you found me broken and searching for a home. Oh, fortune, I followed you to Colorado. You leave me breathless, and I can't stand no more. You take your shoes off, so free and fearless. I wonder if I should have known. It's best to let you the Rocky Mountains I could see for the first time from above. The plane was shaking, I was thinking, oh, what we do for love. Oh man, I should have listened. What a tremulous way to start. Oh, fortune, I followed you to Colorado. You leave me breathless, and I can't stand no more. You take your shoes off, so free and fearless. I wonder take your shoes off, so free and fearless. I wonder if I should have known. It's best to let you run. I feel like I just saw you singing harmonies, and I was imagining you singing harmonies, and then I just kept going.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, I can't wait until we're in the same room. Because I think I've got some harmonies for the end of that awesome tune.
Yes, and some
No,
banjolele.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, there could be some fun little finger work on that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm so glad you played that song.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you played that song. I just feel like, I mean, if that is like kind of the latest you know what I mean? Like the latest of your I mean, it's one of the latest songs you've written. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I love how fresh that is. Like I can almost like, I don't know, there are just so many cool things happening there, and just like, you know, I can hear these parts of your inner writer like playing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I feel like there's just that's a great song. I'm super into that song. And
you know that sensitive feeling though when you do a new song, you're like, I just don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I heard the bridge, and I thought that was so clever what you did with the rhythm on that. Like,
thank you. I was trying so hard.
Like the stepping carefully, but like missing the beat each time, like not stepping on the cracks of the like was so cool. Like I really, yeah. I love when people make musical. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a musical painting of that lyric. I nerd out over stuff like that. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, love it.
I've always wanted to put what the heck's it called? A hemiola. I've always wanted to use hemiolas in my writing. Like a
nice.
Like a right? That's a 2 over a 3 feel, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's 3 bars that feel like 2, yeah.
Yes,
or something like that, yeah.
Mostly just because, you know,
Cadential.
I'm kind of pretentious sometimes, and I want to say, oh, that was just a hemiola.
I text painted over a hemiola.
Ken, you
should get that checked out,
time
you know?
playing that.
You have a hemiola?
It
sounds like you're bleeding somewhere, and you should get it checked out.
All right, so I have a songwriter question for you. So I struggled with that song also because the word I originally wrote was tremulous. But then that felt like I should find a smaller word, and I just couldn't find one, so I stuck with tremulous. Do you ever think about that? Like, I labored over that stupid word.
Sure, yeah. In terms of
James, I will play it. Sorry.
Yeah, in terms of finding the right lyrical vehicle, that's something that's kind of been tricky for me over the last couple of years. I actually, well, there are a couple of things I could say, but I came into some cool. I had some cool experiences about 5 years ago where I was entering some song contests and I was getting some good recognition in them, and then I felt like this tremendous pressure to make sure every song that I wrote was like award worthy.
Yeah.
And so I yearn for the experience of the song circle. You know what I mean? Like the songwriters group that I'm so glad you have an outlet in. You know, now as I'm getting out of the fog of parenting, I'm seeking out writers experiences or writers rounds or groups where I can just write and let go of the idea that this word wasn't exactly the right choice sorry, that's kind of a weird way to say the mechanics of songwriting I can often get really bogged down in,
Yeah.
And so for me to make a choice like that, it would be a cross between intuition and not wanting to sound like I don't ever use the word tremulous, like if you don't say the word tremulous, it might sound a little weird coming out of your mouth, but honestly, sometimes it's just there's just no other word it could be, like syllabically or metaphorically, whatever you're trying to. I mean, tremulous is a really, really great descriptive word to use in a song about turbulence or a song inspired by turbulence. I don't know. I think it's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My husband heard that song. He's like, "Did you use a thesaurus for that word?" And I'm like, "No,
Absolutely.
I tried to unthesaurus the word. That's just the one that came to me."
Yeah, I'm a huge Susan Werner fan, and Susan taught a songwriting workshop that I attended, and she just I think mine is, no, it's not, but she just started the whole workshop, and she was like, "Here, this is my thesaurus. I'm not ashamed, guys. You just use this, okay? Because it lets you guide the song and not get bogged down with what word you're trying to use, So
Yeah.
anyway.
No, 2020 and now has been the first time I've used a thesaurus, just because of the songwriting group. Like, you have to write the song, and I've had to
Good
allow
for you.
myself. I've had to allow myself to write songs that I know are shit, and it's like been kind of liberating though
Good.
to do that, because it's just, you got to practice doing that.
If you don't write the songs that are not like your best work, then you can't write your best work, because you have to get everything. I'm so excited for you. That's awesome.
No, it's 100% true. And I just want to throw this out to anybody out there because I know I have people that watch and say, "Oh, I wish I could do that," but you can do it. It's just, I think it's so hard. And I used to say this in my teaching. I'm sure you do too. It's hard. It's harder as you get older to dismantle those walls of, where you only allow out the things that are okay.
Right.
And you have to learn to be okay with letting not great stuff out too, because that's how the good stuff comes. So if you want to write, you just write.
Cool.
That's all. That's my soapbox.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got a couple of weeks coming up where I'm just gonna see what comes out and not allow my inner editor to creep in as much as she likes to. She's heavily active, that editor.
So, do you know Jeff Tweedy from Wilco?
I don't know them, but probably, I mean,
You know
definitely heard
of.
Wilco, yeah, but yeah.
So he just released a book called How to Write One Song, and it's just his different tips for writing. And the thing that he said is the most important part of writing is getting to the moment when your ego is gone, and it's just you and whatever the feeling is that you're trying to let out. It's that ego that you gotta.
Oh yeah, gosh. Oh, I'd love to just throw that one aside too. She's also very active.
I feel
I'm
like
a
I'm
musician,
gonna mail
let's
you.
be honest,
I'm gonna mail you the book if you'd be interested. It's really, really short, and I loved it. It really was inspiring to me.
That is really sweet. I would love to read that. Yes, please.
Okay, good. Okay,
Thank you.
I don't want to talk anymore. I want to hear more Kipyn songs.
Cheers.
I love talking to you, but I want to hear your music.
I know, right? I'm like, please talk to me, somebody.
Friends!
Yeah. So, seeking. I was tying this into the last tune, but we're so far away from it, so it doesn't matter. This is a song about being found somewhere where perhaps you hadn't been seeking acceptance before. No, that's actually not a very good way to talk about this song. The song speaks for itself. I'll just let it do that. It's called God is Love. Ice winds blew across the summer sky as the wellspring of a mother's love ran dry. The love letters neath her daughter's bed were written by another woman's hand. Explain these, but how does one explain when the heart names its beloved? Beside the holy book the mother brandished high, the girl could have sworn that she'd read that God is love, and love abides. And when we meet with the rejected, that our arms can open wide. And God is love, and love is kind. And when ideas steeped in fear close our hearts, we can change our minds. The forsaken, or she sought to ease her pain, and to warm the frozen blood within her veins. The walls of stone at the meeting house, they gave way to let her in. And folks with smiling eyes lit candles in their hearts. No explanation did they demand. And the pastor wept with her inside the sacred place, where she learned to understand that God is love, and love abides. And when we meet with the rejected, that our arms can open wide. God is love, and love is kind. And when ideas steeped in fear close our hearts, we can open our minds. Weary travelers all are we. I am that girl, and each of you are me. A hearthstone too does our heart possess, and the choice there to rest or run. And judgment's cruel nature tends to cast away, making enemies and exclusions. But there's no gavel grasped inside an outstretched hand, and no rending at the conclusion that God is love, and love abides. And when we meet with the rejected, that our arms can open wide. God is love, and love is kind. And when ideas steeped in fear close our hearts, we can open and change our minds.
It gets another from me.
Thanks. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Grace.
It was wonderful, really. Really loved it.
Really. Can't wait to have a cup of tea.
Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Perhaps we
Indeed.
can get
I'll
some
have
little
to drink
tea,
this bourbon right now.
tea sandwiches.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had bourbon.
Oh, girl.
I know. My husband and I went to Scotland a few years back, and that was right when I had started drinking foofy martinis. And we went to a bar, and I asked them if they could make me a foofy martini. And they kind of laughed at me and gave me some sort of really strong alcohol with a sugar cube on it that was not delicious at all. It was not what I was seeking.
Nice. Did you say Scotland?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Nice and peaty. Nice peaty Scotch whiskey. Yeah.
It must have been, that had to have been what they gave me.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe someone will know what the Scottish beverage with a sugar cube on top of the brown alcohol is, but
Yeah, that is interesting.
I much prefer pineapple juice with some coconut vodka.
Coconut vodka. Nice.
I'm going to give a shout out to Karina Raznikov. So I have my new album, in theory, is going to be released in July. And this coming Saturday, we're going to do a photo shoot. And dude, I have labored over this photo shoot because what the pandemic and having a baby has done to my physique and my soul. It's like we were talking earlier about like letting go of who you are because it's different. Like everything is different. And so Karina's been dealing with me. Like I sent her all these pictures. I've been like trying to stuff myself in old clothes. And I finally just gave in and bought some new clothes. So thank you, Karina, for dealing with me. Fingers crossed I'm going to be okay on Saturday. Do you labor over a photo shoot, Kipyn?
Excellent question. I'm gonna go with no because I haven't had a photo shoot in about 5 years. So I once the pandemic's over, I'm looking forward to laboring over a photo shoot. But yeah, I've dressed more dapper in the last few years, so I'm actually pretty excited to be a little bit more authentic in my representation. You know, I'm prone to I often wear ties, you know, to shows, and
Yes.
I just like the sort of vest and tie kind of feel. And so I'll be excited in my next photo shoot to feel a little more represented, you know, rather than just you know, wearing a fedora and like some heels or something. You know?
Oh my God,
that's not
heels.
me, you know.
Why? I try all the time to wear heels because that's what you do when you're a girl, but they're awful. They're torture devices for your feet. They're not practical, and I have baby feet. My feet are the size of a kindergartner. They're not, like, proportional to my butt, so the heel is just not... I feel like I should try maybe a button-up shirt and pants, because...
Get the, like... You could get, like, the professor look going on, like the... Like, I don't know, like, is she gonna, like, represent me in court, or is she gonna sing me a song? Like, I don't know, you know? Like, yeah. That would be cool, you know?
Oh, that was really funny. Reminded me, last week we were talking about the only movie that's ever made me belly laugh, which is My Cousin Vinny. Because when he comes in that suit to court.
Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. My wife and I are always talking about Marissa Tomei's monologue with the little Dia.
I really don't remember anything about the movie except that suit. I'm going to go watch it again.
It's fantastic. I love it. I was actually just wanting to watch that movie the other day.
I'm having so much fun with you.
Likewise. Thank you so much for doing this, Grace.
Oh, it's my absolute pleasure. Honestly, I feel like I have a new friend, and you have a new fan, and me.
Likewise.
And a bunch of new fans with everybody watching. And gosh, we only have one song left. Usually I give hey, this is our last round, but this is our last song. That doesn't feel right. We probably
But
just have
only
to do it
until
again.
we get to see each other.
Yes, and I love playing accordion, and a couple of your songs. Have you ever had accordion with your songs?
You know, one time in Oregon with Margaret Mayer, who was one of the first attendees of this live tonight. So yeah, shout out to Margaret, accordion.
Does she
accordionist
play?
Extraordinaire. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, so she's good
Yeah.
at it.
She's incredible at it. Yeah.
Okay, she's like an accordion player. I'm just a piano player who plays the right hand of the accordion. That's different.
We're gonna have a blast. I can't wait.
So I hadn't intended to close out on this song, but I will because it was requested by James earlier. Small Town Lament. It's not as poetic as your song. It's really just about how you can't get away with Jack in a small town. Everybody knows everything you did.
Right.
And I'm someone who just really trying to let go of this, but I'm just a people pleaser. And so having everybody know anything I've ever done wrong in a small town it's a struggle for me. But that's what's inspired this song.
Awesome.
And I just realized this, but this is the first song that I wrote in 2020. I had gone on tour with my husband and our 1-year-old. We drove from Massachusetts to New Mexico and back. And I suddenly felt stifled by being at home in February of 2020. And I wrote this song complaining about it. And then, then the rest happened. And I wrote this song because I wanted something that could be a crowd participation piece in my performances. So the beginning of this has some oohs, and in my mind, folks will sing along with the ooh. And I don't know if you have Kipyn, I've never actually instructed an audience how to participate with me, so that's going to be a whole learning curve. But when you hear the oohs, feel free to sing them with me.
Tired of living in a small town, in the woods by the sea. I do one tiny little thing, and everybody knows me. So I smile at the man at the diner, I smile at the lady downtown. I do one tiny little thing, and word gets around. Sometimes I go drinking, I never go too far. No, I'm not thinking when I get back in my car. I breathe in deep and lustful, I breathe in 'cause it's good, I breathe in 'cause it's legal, and I think everybody should. That's just the way it goes. I know. Whether you're up or down, word gets around. Word gets around. I'm tired of living in a small town, in the woods by the sea. I do one tiny little thing, and everybody knows me. So I smile at the maid at the diner, and I smile at the lady downtown. I do one tiny little thing, and word gets around. I know, that's just the way it goes. I know. Whether you're up or down, word gets around. Word gets around.
Kipyn Martin, I have had the absolute best time with you tonight.
Likewise. Oh, I see a little one.
Yes, I'm going to trade my husband a guitar for a 2-year-old. Oh my goodness. Say hi,
Hello.
Kipyn. Can you sing
Hey,
everybody
buddy.
your song? Can you do Ba Ba Black Sheep? Whoa. Are you doing 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed? Is that what you're doing? Say night-night, everybody. Oh my goodness. So just one more time, if you can contribute to our tip jar, it would mean a heck of a lot, because this is the entirety of our careers right here. But if you can't, we totally understand. And just liking our pages, following the Spotify playlist, interacting with our posts makes a huge difference. I don't know if you all know this, but when people comment on a post, it gives it traction so that other people will see it. So things like that make a huge difference to people like Kipyn and myself.
Cheers. Yeah, just
Did I
a
miss
little like
anything?
wave emoticon, a little wave emoji, like "Hello, I'm here."
Yeah, it doesn't
That
have
makes
to
a
be
difference.
big.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a big deal. And Kipyn is going to be doing a tribute night called Joan and Joni on the 20th. Is that correct? At 7 p.m.?
That is right. This Saturday with my friend Allison Shapira. She'll be doing Joan Baez songs, and I'll be singing the Joni Mitchell.
Oh, I love that. Do you know Betsy Siggins?
I do, yeah.
I'm sure that she's going to tune in, being a friend of Joan Baez and all.
Betsy has been very, very kind in offering her guidance to the tribute show since one of the members of the title is a good friend of hers. So she's kind of helped us tread lightly because of course Joan Baez is still performing and she's amazing. So like we're giving a tribute to somebody who still plays her own songs, so it's like tread lightly.
But the ticket link is up in the description. Click on
yeah, it should be. It's the bit.ly link. Yep. So,
Okay.
Yep, that's 7 p.m. this Saturday.
And is that like a Zoom platform?
Yes, excellent question. So it's a little bit different than this kind of live stream. It's actually a Zoom concert, which means that there is it's gated. So there's like you actually gain admission into this live show. But the thing about Zoom is that you can see people's faces and interact with them in real time. And I mean, we can do that on StreamYard, we can do that on Facebook, but there's a little bit of visibility in Zoom that we'll have this particular weekend, this particular show on Saturday. And it's neat to see who shows up and who is a part of the live audience, and we can see your faces. And when you like clap in the in the screen and stuff, it's really a lot of fun. And you can actually help us choose the songs. It's like it's a interactive experience. So we hope to see some of you there.
In this world, I think the Zoom concert is probably the closest you can get to feeling like you're in a real concert because you can see people. So music lovers, get tickets to that show this Saturday at 7. Hopefully I'll be able to watch after my photo shoot, which in theory won't be too traumatic because Karina Rasmussen.
Oh,
awesome.
It's going to be so gorgeous.
Oh my goodness, this is so wonderful to get to know you.
Likewise.
And maybe we can do this again on a Monday. And everybody, make sure you check out the Spotify playlist tomorrow. I'm going to put a link up with Kipyn's tunes added to it and lots of other wonderful singer-songwriters. I do this every Monday night at 7 o'clock. Next week, I've got Aaron Smith from the Coal Biters. Do you know him?
I don't know Aaron, but that sounds like a cool band name.
He's so fun. So have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you.